We have currently survived 17 days, taking down 43 of 72 Black Plague Hearts. This is No Man's Land. These are the Clean Up the Nation team, and this is the story about how one of them died. But who would it be? Make your final guesses in the comment section, and while you're there, make sure to leave a like to pay respects to our fallen comrade. I take over as Farsight, and after loading up with supplies, our mission is to retrieve a vehicle we lost previously, which might be extra difficult considering all the wandering hordes. I start by popping a Screamer before it attracts a nearby horde of Juggernauts, but that just attracts everybody's least favourite crackhead. Luckily, as there is only one of them, it's easily dealt with, although there is a second nearby with a Juggernaut and a horde. And with it being much faster than anything else, it's pretty simple to isolate and take it out quietly, a bit like Diddy on Suicide Watch.
Oh, yeah, I'd say I've been spotted. I might have been spotted.
Originally I had been targeting this military truck, but I changed my mind when I spot this building has become infested with squatters who will be looking to kick me out if I don't eliminate them first. On first entry I eliminate the bloater, then dip to escape the cloud, and seeing as the Screamer is now going mental, I take refuge on the horse box outside. One fuel bomb through the window ignites the bloater cloud and eliminates the loud prick, clearing the site. Well, metaphorically speaking that is, we still have a higher population than Amsterdam at 20 minutes past 4. A Juggernaut then uses the force to force me from my safe space, but I can escape any potential problems by slipping through the former siege site. And with the hordes chasing me, I'm obviously not going to be able to refuel this military truck, so I lead the annoying little pricks away to start a fight away from the Juggernaut. But as skulls start to get bashed, a feral decides to join the fun. But as fine as it's just one of them, it's easily dealt with. Well, it would be if my stamina hadn't completely drained, and I didn't bring anything to refill it.
Right. Oh, shit.
My plan is to get to my outpost that has mines active, but my plague bar is now in a very bad way, and to make things worse, it looks like the mines have run out.
Why is you not blowing up? Have I not got landmines? Well, this is unfortunate.
Desperately needing to catch my breath, I climb onto the fire truck nearby.
Hello, motherfucker.
Unfortunately, the feral follows me and I catch a nasty infection. But now is not Farsight's time to perish, as she swaps roles and blows a load through the crackhead. Gratefully, she was packing a single cure, but that was too close. I decide to craft a bulk load more from my outpost and even set more landmines, as I figure it's good to have an easy escape that close to base. So we once again head out in search of a vehicle, although this time I set my sights slightly further afield. The pickup we were forced to abandon as it ran out of fuel. It was packed loaded with several resources that I intend on using. I managed to get most of the way there without attracting the interest of anything serious, and bump into an enclave looking for ammo supplies. I obviously don't have any on me, but I figure it would be worthwhile to get some a little later, as I'm looking for a new gardener, and if they were to become allied, I'd have plenty of free picks to choose from. Unfortunately, before I can leave, a crackhead wandering around outside has something to say, but before he can get a word off, I stick 3 rounds through his armoured skull.
Team, I just did some crowd control, by the way, just to let you know, and yeah, you got to deal with the hordes that are incoming.
After exiting the back door, I make a run for it. Unfortunately, I don't get very far, as another crackhead thinks he can have a go. He can't. But those suppressed gunshots have caused the crowds to grow exponentially. And you wonder why I say they're all bloody useless. That's when disaster strikes.
Oh, god damn it, you... No! Move! You stupid bastard!
I guess what this stupid bastard forgot to pick up, even though we just crafted 4 of them.
I'm so sorry to do this to you, team.
With less than 5 minutes to live, Farsight begins her dangerous cross-country trip back towards base. Again, with nothing to show for all of her work.
This has not been a tactical masterclass here, chat. Not a tactical masterclass.
Gratefully, nothing gets close enough to slow us down, and we can pop a cure with 3.5 minutes remaining. So for the third and final time, Farsight heads out to retrieve a vehicle. This time things go much calmer, although it's really not looking good for our friends looking for ammo supplies. I still need to be careful, as we've already seen, things can go south at a moment's notice. So I take some time quietly cleaning up the undead before refueling. But the danger is not over, as we can't quickly escape thanks to...
Please don't go on the front. Good zombie. Now we kind of need to not have to slow down or let my foot off the accelerator or brake. Yeah, there's a lot of things we need to rely on right now.
And gratefully I can make it home without using the brakes or easing off the accelerator. What a park. Sadly, another siege site has formed to the north, and wanting to make up for the earlier mishaps, Farsight remains in control.
There's one thing they say about me, and that is that I am the world's greatest stealth player. If you're new to the channel, you might not know that. Screamer is in my sights. I repeat, Screamer in my sights. Here we go. It's gone. Over. Run, run, run.
With my stealth skills vigorously demonstrated, next up is to clear an infested outpost, which is going to be easier said than done, as Bangonomics has caused us to have such low power we struggled to reverse over a small curb. Thankfully we managed to get out, and to play it safe I park near our medical outpost out of the way. I can then demonstrate more of my excellent stealth skills before eliminating the screamer from distance to free up my outpost. But unfortunately her mission isn't over yet, as we have new visitors to town. Ransacking bastards. They're preventing my daily income of materials and ammo, and typically those are the two resources I'm currently lowest on. With 700 meters to travel and a crafty plan in mind, we head off very slowly. And again, thanks to Bangonomics, decide to park safely out of the way, although that'll come back as a mistake later. I run towards the hostiles, boombox ready in hand. However, on this occasion, they must have known I was coming, as they've come out to greet me. But that doesn't stop me from dropping the noisemaker and climbing the ladder, dodging bullets as I go. From here we just need to remain patient and allow No Man's Land's increased zombie spawns to do the heavy lifting for us. Well, that would be the case if Mr. Smarty Pants hadn't worked out he too can climb the ladder. Luckily for me, I'm a dirty cheating camper. Even when one of his mates follows suit, I down them with incredible efficiency, although I suspect this corpse may be shielding my gunfire. Another tries to climb, but they fall back down after a headshot. Then as my magazine empties, the second hostile gets to her feet. Oh no! But don't worry, I can button bash my way to recovery. That is until...
No! No, 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 no.
Sadly, there was nothing we could do as Farsight slips away, brutally slain by the ransackers. Is what I should be saying. In what surely has to be her last breath, she shakes the fuckers off and instinctively throws herself off the building. After pausing for a moment to regain composure, she legs it towards our nearby outpost. Landmines are still active, and from there she'll be able to rest as someone else deals with the fallout. Sadly, my usual routine of dropping off all my supplies puts me in major jeopardy.
Oh god, oh no, 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 no.
With a hostile on my tail, I panic swap to Stuart, but she also has no ammo in her pockets. But gratefully, the first stack I grab fits my rifle. I'm also able to reload and eliminate the threat before they can take a single shot at Stuart. But why waste the bullets if you don't have to?
Oh, sorry, that was just quite comical.
Another of his friends risks my landmine field, but he has a much tougher face than the previous, so in the end I have to use the firearm. And thanks to all that chaos, the arse kickers only have one more person remaining. And even if the prick manages to get a shot off a big Stu, there's no chance he's walking away from this one. But a feral and a horde have been attracted to those gunshots. Luckily it's nothing a quick stop while my landmine field can't sort out. This is something that goes on for a little while as the loud explosions just draw in more and more. But once everything has settled down, I can finally finish searching this area, something I've tried and failed to do on 2 different occasions. Although at this point the thing I'm interested in the most is the loot from the hostiles. It takes 10 to 15 minutes, but once everything has been collected, I turn my sights on my vehicle. Although with Bangonomics annoyingly still active, I can't just jump in and drive. I'm gonna have to eliminate all the undead in the surrounding area. And because I refuse to use any stamina items unless I'm fighting a feral pack or a play cart, I'm forced to retreat on 2 separate occasions. But any excuse to enjoy the fireworks, am I right? But eventually I sense my opportunity, and with the sun starting to rise, I make my move. And even though there are still plenty of them around, the engine noise doesn't attract them and I can successfully collect the car. Again, very slowly. I take it back to the outpost to stick a repair kit on, before deciding to take on a play cart in the southeast corner of Mega Valley. And I think it's time we test out some of the smoke bombs we collected off some previous hostiles. After parking a safe distance from the chaos, rather foolishly I whip it out like I'm trying to get cancelled. I can then drop a smoke and get a beat in, and even though it looks like the smoke is nowhere near me, somehow I'm still covered. That feral doesn't even know I exist. Sadly, I can't complete the first phase before the smoke dissipates, so I dip and drop a molly. The feral then tries chasing me down, but the pussy gets stunned by a 22 caliber, and I can rip out his esophagus with my pocket knife. That might have been the most beta feral I've ever laid my eyes on. What a pussy. I drop another smoke and get to work, although with this amount of the undead surrounding me, I tend to hit them just as often, if not more, than the play cart. But gratefully on this occasion I complete the phase, and that ignites the horde surrounding me. And while the heart is still calling all the undead to its defense, I take refuge on top of the caravan. Then once it stops screaming, it's time to get back into the action. But our third smoke doesn't seem to be working as well, so I'm forced to change position. And after many swings that most likely do more damage to the Zeds around me, the smoke disappears and Stuart is forced to push her way through. But she's not going anywhere without dropping a molly. That means the hordes have massively thinned by the time she drops her fourth smoke, but this one was slightly wasted as she completes the phase with only one more full power swing. And I still couldn't get far enough away without singeing my eyebrows. I can then head back to the caravan to escape the incoming onslaught, and once it's calmed down, it's back into the action. Our fifth smoke bomb goes very well with plenty of damage onto the heart, but again we don't manage to finish it off before the smoke dissipates, so we once again drop a molly. And seeing as that molly did such a good job, I try cleaning up the remaining Zeds silently to take out the heart without another smoke, but a feral rocks up and blows that plan out of the window. Good night, you smelly bastard. So I then drop my sixth smoke bomb and finally take down the plague heart.
Oh, look at that!
I even managed to loot its contents with the smoke still up. That is until my pockets get full, of course. But one of the great things about this pickup is I can get access to its storage from the flatbed, so I can drop everything off safely. Then I can head back in to collect the remaining supplies. I can't quite escape with Baganomics still active, so I start taking out some of the undead that threatened my slow ass car. This happens to be a right old pain in the arse, as every time I try to escape, another Zed or two rush me. And this being no man's land, it's not too long before things start to escalate. But for once there is good news on the horizon. By the time I take out the horde, Baganomics comes to an end. That means I'm much freer to move about, so decide to loot a plague heart I left previously. But not only do I collect its loot with no trouble, I start to get cocky and set my sights on a level 3 infestation across the road. Luckily outside are 2 shipping containers I can rest on while taking pop shots at screamers. That means the infestation goes down without any trouble, however the escape is gonna be an issue. And to make things worse, a pack of 4 gargantua juggernauts have joined the horde, but I'm not too worried as I'm confident I can outrun them. What I need to do is take out the feral, which drops a fucking grenade launcher. I must have it. I sacrifice the shitty crossbow to make room, then leg it in the wrong direction to lead away the undead. But that almost goes horribly wrong as I didn't realise there was another feral, but almost being the key word. With the hordes breathing down my neck, I can grab the grenade launcher, and after losing them behind the medical centre, we can make our escape after a very successful morning. With that, I can head back to the earlier mentioned outpost to drop off my loot, and with this outpost being upgraded to level 2, I can even drop off my rucksacks. We then get a message over the radio from some new folks in town offering their help in exchange for a favour. This is Kitty of the Wandering Campers, and they want to move bases, but their new site is currently infested.
Where we gotta go then? Oh my god, are you fucking serious? Why do you want to tell you an infestation there, you silly bitch? Have you seen the shit we gotta go through to get there?
But it's not as if I'm not getting paid, so hop in the back, Kitty, and hold on like your life depends on it. Because it kinda does. After driving through plague territory and avoiding a few hordes, we get to our destination, but the infestation is a level 2. That means there's at least one feral, so I'm gonna have to be smart about this. I make sure to park up down the hill, then after creeping my way back up, eliminate the feral nice and loudly. The same fate is brought onto the screamers, and Kitty thinks now would be a great time to have a chat.
Do we have to do it right now, Kitty? Do you know what I mean? Can we do it later?
She gets into deep shit with a horde, so quick fingers Stuart sorts her out.
Kitty, get in the pissing car, love.
Unfortunately, it seems Kitty is a bit knackered, but at least she manages to escape and get to safety, and I can drive her somewhere safe to finish off that chat.
Unfortunately, it looks like this whole neighborhood is infested. We can't move in here until we clear up more. Is she now gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to kill up more? Oh, for crying out loud, you serious?
So once again, Stuart and Kitty can head off into the danger zone. On this occasion, there's no time for clever parking strats. We whack it against a fence and crack on. The bloater has already popped, so my last molly gets the screamer dead. Then it's time for us to shift our focus onto the next infestation. And this one has a feral that's very keen to meet me. As the door bursts open, I toss in my fuel bomb, and that takes down the screamers. Although the feral is still alive and kicking, but not for long. Now we just need to escape, but that's going to be quite difficult as Kitty just wants to fight everything. So praying she'll follow suit, I decide to abandon her. Obviously that doesn't work, so I'm forced to go back for her and use up my final fuel bomb. But when that still doesn't work, I slightly lose it.
Kitty, climb over the fence, you stupid bitch! Honest to God, how am I supposed to talk to her? She's gonna die.
Surprisingly, she doesn't perish yet. As I hop into the car, she manages to follow suit. Well, temporarily at least. But hey, she found her way, and once she can do it again. Hope you enjoy the rotting corpse next to you. I then take her back home and she thanks me for my efforts. Although the fools have moved out of the safe zone and into plague territory, it seems natural selection is at work once again. I then make a pit stop at an outpost to refuel, but as I'm in the area, a stranger asks for my assistance. This is Maddie, and some crazy ex-Red Talon nutjob has inducted her friends into his crazy cult. Damn. Wouldn't be me. She wants me to take him out without harming her friends, and I think I've got the perfect solution. But first we're gonna have to swap out old Stu as she's getting a bit sleepy. I decide Rose should take on the mission as she's agonisingly close to hero status. And with just a single round left in our 50 cal, I know what must be done. We take an off-road route towards the baddie. I'm just grateful we aren't going into plague territory. At first I try going for the high ground, but realise that's not gonna work as there's a level 3 infestation, so instead I go for the low ground and park near the riverbank. That forces me to have to eliminate several of the undead that have followed my engine noise, but seeing as they're just regular plague Zeds, we don't have any issue taking them down. I then steady myself and take aim at the Red Talon. Got the twat. Even if it was a dirty hardscope. Luckily my public relations skills come in handy when dealing with the other members.
Run away. I will search his corpse.
And I've definitely found worse loot on corpses. I can then head back to tell Maddie the good news, and she rewards me with a bloody crossbow. Maddie, if you thought I'd done a terrible job, why didn't you just say? I immediately send it back to her and purchase a sack of ammo supplies for those guys we seen earlier. But before I can deliver them, we've got some tidying up to do. Starting by clearing out my medical outpost that's become infested, then clearing another 2 siege sites that have formed. Rose then loads up the pickup with a load of booze we've been brewing, as well as a few other items we have no intention of using, and then she can make her way to a wandering trader nearby. We can successfully sell all of our stuff and even purchase several toolkits to keep our engine going. Then it's time to head back to the remainders to finally deliver their ammo supplies. However, they're still fighting the 4 juggernauts from earlier, and despite my best efforts, their leader sadly falls and our relationship hits a rocky patch. But at least I managed to take out one of the juggernauts to get rid of the Gargantua mutation, even if Rose almost perishes in the process.
Okay, that might be my fault, to be fair. That might be my fault. I'm not willing to fully accept responsibility, but I'm willing to accept about 25%.
So with Rose a little worse for wear, we head back home and take over as Farsight, who's recovered from her injuries. With one relationship sadly in tatters, we need to make sure our other allies are doing well. But sadly, Tim Muir wants to take down a plague heart, and there's no way he survives that encounter. So to make the most of him, I make sure to drain all of his influence, mainly selling him recycled scraps. I also bought a sack of medical supplies from him that will come in handy later. But there's no point putting off the inevitable any further. It's time for me and Tim to head into plague territory. And typically the plague heart Timmy boy picked out just so happens to be right next to a level 2 infestation. Fuck's sake, Tim, you don't half know where to pick him. After parking up with what I hope will be a far enough away from a juggernaut's rage, it's time to get to work. I start by dropping a landmine right outside the door, but unfortunately take too much damage in the process. After luring one of the crackheads away from the main fight, I can eliminate it, and as I try to pick up the bullets it dropped, the juggernaut catches up to me. But it looks like Tim is keeping him busy. Let's get on to the plague heart. Ignoring that second juggernaut, of course. The infestation goes down to my frag grenade, then under the cover of smoke I start my assault. But Tim sadly won't be joining us in victory.
Yeah, Tim's dead. I'm so sorry, Tim. I feel like I failed you.
Then the smoke fades away without me realising.
Oh god, yep. Okay, I might fail myself here.
So I drop another frag and dip out of the front, millimeters away from a nasty infection. If there's any Americans watching that are unsure what that measurement is, you should probably go back to school. After taking some performance enhancers, I try taking down the pursuing feral, but Tim's corpse gets his revenge as I become infected. I can take down the first, but a second lingers and a juggernaut is attacking from behind. I jab in a cure so I'm at least able to function and take down the feral. Then to hopefully evade the juggernaut, I head to the other side of the massive silo, then make our way back towards the plague heart.
Today we claim this plague heart in Timothy's honour.
But there was another feral waiting for me.
Oh god damn it, not you.
I roll back outside and eliminate its friends in it.
How many ferals have we just taken out there? That's taking the piss a bit, don't you think, game?
And finally complete the first phase of the plague art with 2 more heavy swings. And typically I choose the wrong moment to try and escape. I'm sure you'll agree that was very fortunate. While the hearts call in for backup, I take refuge on a shipping container and eliminate yet another feral, but then unfortunately the game crashes, and when I spawn back in, all the Zeds have despawned. Luckily we didn't lose too much progress on the plague art as I complete this first phase once again with 1 more swing, and that of course draws in another feral, but the little prick goes the same way as all the others, and I once again take refuge on top of a shipping container and assess the damage. Sadly I've got no more painkillers to sort out my injuries, but I do have a medical rucksack in the back of the pickup.
Oh no! Of all the places to drop in on, motherfucker.
Having lost my head, I turn my attention to the plague art, and under the cover of smoke we do some serious damage. That is until the smoke fades, and typically I get greedy.
Come on. Oh shit. Shit.
Now I really need those medical supplies. But before we leave, I remember to drop a frag. I pop another cure, grab the sack, and by breaking it open, I can recover some health. Reinvigorated, I head back to the heart. Despite common sense telling me to run, this wasn't just for victory, this was for Timothy. But often, sentiment is the thing that will kill you the quickest.
Oh, you bastard. I'm trying to be clever and regain my stamina. Oh, I'm infected again. No, I just dropped a fucking... Oh, no!
Somehow the bloater doesn't pop and we remain standing. Still, Farsight refuses to die, popping a 3rd cure in as many minutes. And from the safety of the car, we can remove the crackhead's existence. Health now in an even worse position than what it was. But still, she refuses to retreat. Victory for Timothy was all that was on her mind. Yet another feral falls to her rage.
Can't let Tim down.
But when the next arrives, that's when it happens.
Oh, no! No! Oh, shit.
Rest well, Farsight. Your heart was pure, but your decision making was lacking. With that, Chapter 2 of No Man's Land comes to an end. Just 6 remain going into the final 29 play carts. Can the cleaning up the nation team succeed? Only time will tell.